Well, a very interesting thing that happened between John and Brian from the beginning, from the first time we played together in Motherland. But I think under the tutelage and the mentorship of Wayne Shorter is the idea of, being children, going back to, not protecting anything that you work all your life for, creating a one huge ego together and coming together, and all these places, those mysterious places that we find ourselves almost about to fall apart, to find ways to create opportunities. We love each other, and that's a huge word that I feel the gratitude. Every time I'm playing with them, I feel gratitude. I feel blessed, and it's the dialogue. We are very interested in what each other is doing, and we can make little turns together, and we can make we can find windows and create windows, and we get in trouble together. That's what I love too. We get in trouble together, and we get out of those trouble together.
The name of this trio and this first recording as a trio is called The Children of the Light. So there's that playing, that childlikeness that obviously both John Patitucci and Danilo Pérez as fathers, you witness that innocence growing, and sometimes as we become older and have to be more responsible, we tend to lose that childlikeness and lightheartedness of playing. So they're always very mindful to not let that go, since now we're professional, to keep that light. So it's an honor, obviously, to be with them both, Danilo and John, who I've learned so much from in the time we spent together before I knew them.
The bond that I have with Danilo and Brian is comprised of a lot of things. Yes, we share a lot of the musical influences, and we share faith, but we've shared a lot of life too, and also a ton of gigs, and we're intimately involved with each other's families. We love each other deeply, so it's a combination of a lot of things, I would say. For sure, also, as well as the spiritual things that bind us together faith-wise, there's also this amazing amount of shared influences from music that we love. The rhythmic tradition that comes from African music and is all through jazz and the blues and the gospel tradition of music, and many traditions of music, bebop and Duke Ellington, Monk, and there's a lot of stuff, and all the way through. And also, obviously, all of us were very deeply touched by that music that Miles made with Herbie, Ron, and Tony. That's something that actually was, informed the way we play with Wayne. It was definitely, those guys were trailblazing innovators, in this way to play, post-bop music. Obviously Coltrane's band and that band were two bands that shaped all of us a lot.
When I play with Brian and John, they get me to play those things. They are the guilty one. The way they play music, the way they hear music, and the way they portray their own wisdom and everything in it allows for me to be the best I can be. And that's something very, very interesting, Joe. I think the magic of this relationship comes from always being in a dialogue, and always interacting with each other and listening very careful to each other's ideas. It's funny how we recorded one song, African Wave, and we got lost. We changed the whole form, and we left it like that. It's going like that on the record, because that's part of who we are, and that's part of humanity.